Right, so any of you ever seen the player ratings? We've had to move because we're absolutely drenched.
Still recovering.
Let us know if you like Kyle's new look. Right, this is the review. We'll get a little bit serious now because that performance was shit. Let's jump straight into it. And with the review, as is everybody who's tuned in this channel, we know what we do on these videos. So we'll look at the lineups. We'll have a little chat about the first half, then the second half. And then we'll normally touch upon something of that off the field issue, which we all know what Mike Ashley said, so that'll be the topic. Keep an eye out on a special rant. I've seen it with Paul. Christ, he goes on full on leather. That'll probably be out Sunday on Monday. Right, Kyle, back to this. The lineups, first of all, it was a wing back system.
It was.
Can you read too much into it because it is a friendly? Matty's probably not going to start. There's probably a couple of others. Rolando Aarons isn't going to start up top, but Steve Bruce is going for the wing back. 2 games running now.
Yeah, I know you don't want to touch too much into the second half, but one thing I noticed is there was a deep line playmaker on both halves. The first half it was Shelby pinging the passes and then Kay in the second. So he's looking to play a 5-3-2 formation with a deep line playmaker who's looking to ping the balls left, right and centre, giving them a lot of freedom and giving them a lot of basically a lot of freedom.
A lot of freedom.
A lot of freedom.
A lot of freedom. We need freedom from here. Yeah, so going into that first half then, we've seen the lineups. It was a dull affair, let's be honest. It was pre-season, it was flat. I think there was a lot of newcomers in our end as well. Yeah. A lot of people going to one of the first couple of games, but you could tell it was a friendly. Nothing really kicked in until there was a spell for about 10 to 15 minutes when Newcastle were dominant towards the end of that half. Had a lot of chances, but I want to touch upon Shelby's goal because it was a bit of a freak goal, wasn't it?
The free kick, he went for like a knuckleball type free kick, and the keeper saved it, and then we thought like the ball just stopped dead, but just rolled into the net, and it was very bizarre, but it gave us the lead nonetheless, and it doesn't matter if it goes in like that, hits off an arse cheek, it doesn't matter, it goes a goal, mate.
It was actually thought he saved it and pushed it out because it was a bit of a delayed reaction, wasn't it? You'll see it on the match vlog that we do. Yeah. It was like, oh yeah, it was like just a round of applause. It wasn't like a get in. And
it's friendly, you don't like jump around
and Kyle didn't jump on us, and I haven't got no bust. Johnny's got no bust noses. The other Johnny, that is. You were calm today, weren't you? So going into half time, first of all, we'll pause there. Who impressed in that first half?
Shelby and Dummett were the main two. I thought Dummett defensively was spot on. Nothing got really past him. Defensively, positionally, everything you expect from Paul Dummett, brilliant. And Shelby had so much control of the ball. Every time he was on the ball, we looked threatening. And I think if we had had Joel and Almiron play in the first half instead, I think you would have seen a lot more from them. But yeah, Shelby really impressed me, and I think Bruce is going to look to give Shelby more of an opportunity than Rafa did. That's for sure.
What about the 2 lads, Rolando Aarons, because he was playing up top in an unusual position, and Matty Longstaff?
I'll touch on Aarons first. I thought him and Mutu had never met each other before. They just looked like, if you play FIFA anyone, they had one chemistry. They were shocking. They were honestly so bad. They didn't link up, they didn't look to pass to each other. It was just honestly pathetic. But Aarons, when he tried to get on the ball, he tried to make things happen, very nimble, but you could just tell he hasn't worked.
Is he playing there because we don't have another option? Because I know he had Sorensen, but if we start the first game of the season, if we haven't signed a striker, because where's Dwight Gale again? You know, well,
he's injured currently. Dwight Tours, I think it is. He's more Instagram.
He's moved on to Hong Kong, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's moved on. But
what about Matty?
Matty Longstaff, very energetic. I thought every time he was on the ball, he looked confident. He played off Shelby really well, I thought.
Didn't look out of place to me.
He didn't, so hopefully he can kick on in pre-season and hopefully get into the starting lineup towards maybe a cup game or something like that, like Sean did last season.
Going into the second half, piss poor. Not just the first part of the second half, it went full on because we've seen Almiron, we were excited. We've seen Joe Linton coming out like, yes, this is what we want to see. We want to see Almiron playing up top was a little bit strange. I would have liked to see him drop a little further back in the 10. But Joe Linton, the first impressions, bang, penalty. He wins with a penalty straight away. And then Almiron steps up, misses.
The partnership that we're all expecting to blow Preston away, they start really well. I mean, Almiron gets on the ball, plays a 1-2 with Longstaff. Then plays through to Joe Linton, and Joe Linton wins the penalty, and it's like, oh, Joe Linton's going to score straight away, and then Almiron takes the ball, and Miggy, I love you, son, but that penalty was below par, like, I must admit. But that's why play friendlies like this so you can get the shite out the way, and then when it comes to the season, you're on firing on all cylinders.
And then Newcastle barely attacked. Almiron had his penalty save. The keeper made amends, of course, but we lost the game because of 2 Paul Gallagher penalties. The
error for the first one.
Kyle was saying it's a blatant penalty.
Yeah, the first one was.
But then he runs up, scores, and then Joe Linton, that man again, he was involved in a lot of stuff, gives away a penalty. It was a foul, clear foul. Can't argue against.
Yeah, 2 definite penalties.
Can't argue. You can't really blame Woodman in goal. They were smashed. But going forward for me, Kyle, in particular, Almiron and Joe Linton, we just did not see enough of them.
For me, it's got a lot to do with the midfield, because when it comes to someone, Sean Longstaff, Sung-Yueng and Colback here, 3 midfielders, and Colback performed the best out of the 3.
Challenge something, and Sean Longstaff had a poor game.
I think, in all fair to Sean, I think he's still coming back from his injury, very rusty, a lot of cobwebs to get out. Key, for the man who's calm and composed, was just the complete opposite. The day looked
didn't suit line so deep, does he?
It just didn't look very active, and I think to get the team forward and get Almiron and Joe Linton on the ball a bit more, you needed that calmness. You needed them trying to bring the team forward, and Key just wasn't on it the day. And I
didn't like Key so deep, because he's better going forward for me. But Fernandez passing was awful. Longstaff was awful.
We missed Shaw when he went off as well, because him and Shelby had a lot of possession in the first half, looking to bring the team forward, and when they went off, were not good.
Yeah. However, it's a friendly. A funny point I have to touch upon. The couple of fans behind, well, I say a couple, there was probably about 10 to 20. Brucey, gives a wave. Brucey, gives a wave, and Steve Bruce actually waved back twice as well. You were saying you liked that, weren't you?
Well, considering he's had a harsh reception, as you'd say, from social media, it's probably going to fill him full of confidence that he's got kind of a warm reception. So I guess that'll fill him with confidence. Don't know.
But the friendlies are there to experiment, and he has experimented a little bit today. We got Hibs really quick. You probably see the likes of maybe Dubravka come back in. Hopefully Gale is fit, and maybe if he goes with 5 against Hibs, that's the formation for the rest of the season. Unless he mixes it up if we're on a bad spell or whatever. But off the field topic dead quickly, as I say, you'll hear from Paul, and we'll be talking about on the radio show. Mike Ashley, what he said last night, some of it, don't get me wrong, some of it's a little small part of it's probably true, but some of the stuff he says, Kyle, he's living in cuckoo land, isn't he?
It's Mike Ashley, mate. He says he hasn't been on drugs. I think he's been on drugs for a very long time.
Don't call him idiotic, you won't like that.
Don't call him anything under the sun, but it's Mike Ashley, isn't it? It's what we've succumbed to over the past 12 years, so at the end of the day, what can you say?
Mike Ashley thinks he's done a good job at Newcastle, and he'll still continue to watch us. First of all, fuck me, man, what land is he living in?
I'm not quite sure, mate, but if he thinks he's done a good job, then you know what I mean. It's like, what can you say? Like, I know you want a reaction, I know you want something, but
you're getting one off Paul.
It's like, I just don't have the energy to like.
It's that duty of the day.
It's just sucks right out of us. It's basically the last 12 years, mate. It's full of shit all the time, and I couldn't trust Mike Ashley as far as I could throw him. He could tell us it's raining there, and I'd look to see if he's to be believed. He's that full of lies and full of deceit. You don't know what's right.
He'd probably say, "I'll pay you £5 go at the fountain there."
Right, don't get us wrong.
And then give you £2.50.
In his interview, he could have made some genuine points about Rafa wanting to go to China. That may be true, whatever. But I still won't believe him. Even if he's telling the truth, I won't believe him, and none of the Newcastle fan base will either, because he's that full of lies. He's been found out in a court of law that he's full of shit. So, Mike Ashley, mate, you're full of shit, and you always will be full of shit.
Keep an eye on. We'll be talking about that clean on the radio show. Of course, Paul is going to be having a little bit of a rant. Like I say, I've seen it. It's long, it's 18 minutes, so that'll be coming up with the channel as well. We've got the match vlog, if it's not already out, do check that out as well. But that's it, that is wrapping it up. Memories of Deepdale. That's it, that's the only positive to come out with.
That's the only good thing. The weather's bad, the
performance.
The train down wasn't bad, I suppose. I mean, is anything you want to go off?
I hope I get my car back. Anyways, let us know what you lot think. Ta-ra everyone, bye bye.